Good afternoon, guys.
Teacher, you look so beautiful today.
Oh, really? Thank you. After this class, I have to run to school. That is why. I have to be ready. After that, I have to run right away to school. It's not that far, actually. I live in Nottingham and it's like 6.5 miles, so it's quite far away. So I have to run. So we'll wait for the others for 1 or 2 minutes, okay? Especially Alexander, right? He always late for class. Okay, here he comes. So I think everyone is here, right? Except Megaba Miumian, right? Okay, so shall we start now? So where are we, guys? So I think we are talking about the compound nouns last week, right? And you're not quite sure about the compound noun and then what is that? How do we call that in our language? Bangsen, right? And I think we are still talking about that, right? But I think it is more complicated for you when I explain in Myanmar language, right? Compared with the Myanmar grammar and English grammar. And when I combine these to make clear, and it is more confusing for you guys, right? Okay, so actually, it will be quite easy if we understand Myanmar grammar well. I don't need to explain much, but okay, I don't know. So, did you clear about the compound noun between noun plus noun, adjective plus noun, and verb plus noun? So I'll give you some examples in the chat, okay? So to make it clear. So first we'll start with noun plus noun compound noun, okay? So example words will be noun plus noun, right? Noun plus noun compound noun. So example like Lunchtime. So that will be the some of the isomer words for compound noun, noun plus noun. And the second one is the combination between an adjective and a noun, right? And compound noun. So adjective. So that will also be some of the isomer words for the combination between adjective plus noun as a compound noun. So the last one will be buff plus noun. Are you guys copying the words or just sitting there? I think you need to copy some of the notes. And that will be some of the isomer words of verb plus noun, compound noun. And either you know all the words, right? But you didn't notice they are compound noun, right? Okay, so have you finished copying the words? Have you finished? Still? Okay, I see you guys are still writing down. So tell me when you finish, okay? Okay, so shall we move to number 5 now? As we already discussed about what is a compound noun, right? So for number 5, answer this question: how many compound nouns can you find in these pictures? And I think we did this one last week, right? We just count the words, right? So there are so many compound nouns for each of the sports vocabulary. So how about number 2? Are there any which have an adjective as the first word? So which one starts with an adjective and noun? There is one word, right? The high jump, right? So there is the adjective, height is an adjective and jump is a noun. So yes, this one, the answer is high jump. So 3, how do you express the compound noun in your language? And we already discussed about that one, right? So we got, what is that? What is that again?
Function.
Yes, function, right? So we have the same pattern with English, like na, and there is like function, right? And there's also like namawidana. What is namawidana in English language?
Adjective.
Yes, adjective. And how do we call adverb in our language?
Agugari.
Akugaria. No, not akugaria.
Korea, we did that.
Garia, we did not, yes.
ဟုတ်တယ်နော်
Nango to build a yao nama we did not, right? So now to build adjective, right? Both go to build a jaro. Both go to be adverb from your mama like Korea to be Korea we did not, right? And you don't know these usage. Okay. How do we call pronoun in our language?
နန်စာ
Nanza, yes. So how about prepositions in our language?
နာမဝိသေသန
No. Prepositions. Can you think of anything? Because there are eight part of speech in our English language, and there are also 8 part of speech in Myanmar language. So we can translate every word. So how do we call prepositions in our language? It's just testing your background knowledge about Myanmar grammar. Did you know it? Diva.
ဝိဘတ်
Weepat, okay. Weepat, yes, weepat လာပစ္စည်းလာတယ်ကျွန်တော်ခေါ်တာ။ဆိုတော့ weepat နဲ့ပစ္စည်းနှစ်ခုရှိရတယ်နော်။အဲ့မှာကျတော့ preposition ဘယ်ဟာ preposition ဘယ်ဟာ conjunction လဲဆိုတော့ I'm not also quite sure ကျွန်တော်သိချာမသိတော့ weepat နဲ့ပစ္စည်းနဲ့မှာတစ်ခုက conjunction တစ်ခုကpreposition, right? အဲ့တော့စလုံးတွေဆက်တဲ့ဟာကျတော့ပစ္စည်းလို့ခေါ်တာဒါမှမဟုတ်လို့ရှိရင် weepat လို့ခေါ်တာ I'm not quite sure နော်။အဲ့တော့ conjunction နဲ့ preposition ဆိုတော့မြန်မာ language မှာပစ္စည်းနဲ့yes weepat လို့ခေါ်တယ် right? So why not binary? Okay, so let's move to speaking then. Walk in Paris and answer this question in the quiz. So there are some of the quiz because some of the sports. So the first question is that what does a football referee do? So the answer is already given. He makes sure the players follow the rules. So that is what the referee has to do, right? During the players are playing. So how about number 2? What does a goalkeeper do? That question is quite simple, right? So what do they have to do?
They have to catch the ball.
They have to catch the ball, and at the same time, they also have to protect their goal area, right? And how about number 3? What does a golf caddy do? What do they have to do?
They carry a golf bag.
Yes, they just carry the golf bag, right? Sometimes they can also give the advices to the golfer, right? So how about number 4? In baseball, who throws the ball and who hits it? So without looking at the picture, without looking at your book, can you tell me the answer? Can you still remember the vocabulary that we have learned last week? Who has to throw the ball?
Pitcher.
Picture, right? Baseball. So, yeah, yes, correct. And how about who hit it? Without looking at it.
Batter.
Better, yes, better. And picture, better for the baseball. So it is quite confusing between the baseball and the cricket, right? Because they are quite also similar in our eyes because we don't know much about the game, the cricket and the baseball, right? So we don't have much knowledge about the game. So it is quite confusing for us. So how about cricket? Who throw the balls and who hit it? The bowler throw the ball and the batsman hit it for the cricket game, right? Okay, so how about number 6? In basketball, how do you score points? So how can we get score while playing basketball? It's quite simple. You just have to throw the ball in the basket and we got score, right? And how about number 7? Why is there a net on the tennis court? So in the tennis court, we can see the net, right? So why the net is there between the two players? How do you think? Because it looked good, right? Because it looks really good with the net, right, between the two players. So is there any reason that there is a net between the two players?
So that the ball.
Yeah, you can give the answer together. It's okay.
You go first.
Yeah.
The ball need to pass
yeah.
over the net.
Yes. And how about Julie? Will you give the same answer with her?
Yes.
The same answer, yes. So because the net is kind of like territory for each of the player, and it's also important to get score like that, right? So that is why there is a net between the two player. Correct. So how about number 8? Why are 3 stems on the cricket pitch? So there are the stems, right? And there are 3 stems. So why are there? Because we don't know much about the rules of the cricket, so we don't know like that, right? But I did the stems are also important for the scoring system, and there are some bill on the stems that we can see right here, right? So to support the bill, there are the stems, and I think it is also important for the scoring system, right? So that is why there are 3 stems on a cricket game. Got it? Okay. Okay, so shall we move to the reading now? Which is on page number 42 at the top of their game. So there is a first question that we need to discuss before reading the test. So the question that we need to discuss is, what do you think to be a top athlete on sports person? So what do we need to, what qualities do we need to be at the top as a sportsman? What kind of qualities do we need? How do you think?
Training.
Training, yes, we need training. And like talent, we also need talent, right? For that specific sport. Yes, training, talent, and is there any other thing?
Strength.
Strength, yes, correct, strength. We need strength. We need to be really healthy, right? Yes. And is there any other thing?
Determination.
Determination, yes, strong determination, right? Yes, correct. And is there any other thing? We also need perseverance, right? Perseverance is also important, right? For everything, actually. And is there any other thing that we need To be at the top.
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship, yes. And the teamwork sometimes, right? And is there any other thing? Okay, so we can find out in the reading test. So there is a reading okay, before reading this, there is a quiz like, did you know? So there are 7 events in the heptathlon, and the women's heptathlons began in Olympic sports in 1984. So it consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sports, as it is a heptathlon, right? So the word heptathlon comes from the 2 Greek words. Hepta means 7. So that is why it consists of 7 games, and athlon meaning contest. So the contest that they have to compete for like 7 games, right? So the contest of 7 events. So heptathlon means the contest of 7 events, right? So what are triathlon and pentathlon and decathlon? How do you think of it? Just triathlon. So tri means
3.
yeah, 3.
Three.
So the 3, a contest of the 3 events, right? So how about pentathlon? Penta.
5.
5.
5, yes. So it can be like a contest of 5 events, right? So how about decathlon? Decathlon.
10.
10, yes, correct. So tri is 3, it's 5, right? And for decathlon is 10, yes, correct. So these are the sports events, right? So this is just knowledge about the sport. So let's move to reading. So you have to read this, and after that, you need to answer the 2 questions here, right? So who are the sports people mentioned in the article? Were they interested in the sport from an early age? So you have to read this, and you have to answer these 2 questions right here. So read it and try to answer the question, and we'll discuss together again, okay?
Teacher, can you tell me the book name because I can't find
The book name is the Global English Course Book 8.
8.
It's Global English Book 8.
Can you tell me the page number?
The page number is 42 to me. 42.
But teacher, I didn't see in year 8 books.
Oh,
I only see
show
walking
me your book
shops.
to me. Can you show me your book?
Page.
This one, right?
42.
I think that is checkpoint to me. It's not global. You have to find global English. It's not checkpoint.
Oh, please wait. Oh, I found it, teacher. Sorry.
Okay. So have you finished reading the test, which is quite short? So, okay, so let's discuss the questions here. Who are the sports people mentioned in this article? Who are they?
Jessica,
Jessica,
Alex Hill, and
And
Yes,
Lee.
Li
Li
Xiaoxia.
Xiaoxia.
Jessica Ennis Hill and Li Xiaoxia has been mentioned in the article. Yes, and both are female athletes, right? And were they interested in sports from an early age? How about that question? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. For
Yes.
Jessica Ennis Hill, she became interested at the age of 10, right? And for Li Xiaoxia, what is the answer?
Since that has been her dream since being a little girl.
Yes. So yes, they became interested in sports since they were young like that, right? Yes, correct. Okay, so let's move to vocabulary part. Find the abstract nouns in the article to complete this table. Again, abstract noun. So how do you understand by the term abstract nouns? What are abstract nouns? What kind of noun are they? Do you know what abstract noun is? Love, like love, power, hate. They are abstract noun. So abstract noun means the noun that we can't touch, we can see, we can hear. Something that we can only feel. That is abstract noun. Got it? How do we call that abstract noun in our language? Yes, I think Tamo got all the Yamar Tara, right? Yamar Tara Ji and Edwidamo. Say the sun and look yes, just say the sun and think it And Julie, why are you so surprised?
Sigdazana, is
Yes.
that? Oh,
Yes. Okay, yes, 就စိတ်တစားနံလို့ခေါ်တယ်။အဲ့မှာစိတ်တစားနံရဲ့ definition ကဘာလဲထိတွေ့၍မရတော့ gain တွေ့မရတော့ blah 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 အဲ့လိုမျိုးပေးထားပြီးသား definition ကလေအဲ့တော့ yes abstract noun ဆိုတာကျတော့စိတ်တစားနံလို့ပြောတာစိတ်တစားနံဆိုတော့ကလေးကကျတော့စိတ်နဲ့ပဲခံစားလို့ရတဲ့ noun လေးပါလေထိတွေ့ gain တွေ့လို့မရအောင်မြင်လို့လည်းမရအောင်ကြားလို့လည်းမရအောင်ကျတော့ခုနကချက်ပြော love ဆိုရင် we can only feel that right we can see we can touch we can hear it like that. So they are abstract noun. In other words, we say like say design in our language. Okay, so the adjective has been given. So you have to transform these adjective into noun, and the answers are in the test. So we'll do this one. Okay, and after that we'll check the answers together. So did you get all the answers?
yes.
Yes. So what is the noun form of strong?
Strength.
Strength. Yeah. Strength, right? We don't need to even look at the test, right? You know it. You know it. Noun form of strong is strength. So how about agile?
Agility.
Agility.
Yes, correct.
Agility.
So I will erase this one first. So the noun form of agile is agility, right? And where is the word? Right here, right? Strength, agility. And how about coordinated?
Coordination.
Coordination.
Coordination. And how about determined?
Determination.
Determination. How about competitive?
Competitiveness.
Competitiveness, correct. So all the words are abstract nouns, right? Okay, so there is use of English. So we'll have a look at this one. Use of English abstract noun. So we usually use abstract noun without the or a and n. So how do we call these ones in grammar terms? The, a, n. How do we call these ones in grammar terms? English grammar terms. How do we call these?
Determiner.
Determiner, yes, determiner, or we can also say article, right? Article, a and they. So mostly we use abstract noun without article, which means zero article, right? So we don't use them with the article a or an or the. We only use she has strength, agility, coordination, and speed. We don't say she has a strength or the strength or a agility or the agility. We only use them with zero article, which means we don't use them with article. But however, there are some conditions that we need article for these abstract noun. One, you make an abstract noun specific rather than general. So normally we don't use them with the article, but for some situation, if you want to give more specific information about them, we have to use there or a, and mostly we use definite article there, right? A and they are indefinite article. So if we want to give more definite information or specific information, we mostly use there, right? For example, like instead of saying she has strength, we say she had the strength of someone twice her size. So this time, the strength of someone had twice her size. So that is more specific than the general idea of strength. So at that time, we use the article, definite article there in front of these abstract noun. So did you understand that? For example, like love, we say just love, right? But if we want to give more specific information, for example, like the love of a mother, like that. So the love of a mother, so of a mother is more specific than the general information of love, right? So at that time, we use the love of mother instead of love of a mother. Got it? So generally, we use them without article, which means zero article. But if we want to give more specific information, we use them with articles. So got it? Okay, so we'll move to number 3. Complete these sentences with the abstract noun from exercise 2. So we'll do number 3. The number 1 has been done as an example. Blind is a quality of people for whom winning is very important. So the answer is competitiveness. Got it? So we'll do number 3 now. And after that, we'll check the answers together. So have you finished, guys? Okay, so let's check the answers. Number 2, if you can lift a heavy weight, you have great
Strength.
strength.
Stretch.
Strength. And how about number 3? If you play a racket sport, you need good hand-eye.
Coordination.
Yes, hand and eye coordination, right? To make the first movement like that. And 4, if you try very hard to do something difficult, you have great
Determination.
determination, correct. And 5, if you can move your whole body easily and quickly, you have great
Agility.
agility, correct. So did you get all the answers for number 3, everyone? The exercises are still way too easy for you guys, right? Yes. Okay. So for number 4, here are 4 more abstract nouns from the test. Write sentences to show what they mean. It says like 4, but he gave like only 3, right? So actually, the one is, I think, the power. So whatever, we'll only do 3 words. So you have to write sentences by using these words, okay, to make sure you know their meaning exactly. So try to make your own sentences by using these 3 words. So you have to make 3 sentences in the chat, okay? So send your sentences to me in the chat. So write 3 sentences by using these 3 abstract nouns. Yes, correct, Julie. And the car is traveling very soon. Yes, correct, Damo. Yes, correct, Julie. Overnight, it's disturbing my concentration. Yes, correct, Damo. This is someone's accomplishment. Yes, correct, Julie. Yes, correct, Wenwa.
Sure. Do we need to explain or
Yeah, you have to
write an example?
you have to use these words in your sentence. So you have to make sentence by using these words, not the explanations of the words.
Okay.
And yes, correct them all. Okay, correct, Melody. Grammars sense of the internet. Yes, correct, Melody. Yes, correct, Wilma. So I'm waiting the sentences from Migaba, Miumi, and Alexander. Oh, Alexander, actually, you have to use the words in your sentence. It means that you have to make sentences, meaningful sentence by using these words, not the definitions. Your sentence is just the definitions, right? Alexander, are you sleepy?
No, I'm not feeling well.
Ah, you're not feeling well, that is why. Okay. If you're not so feeling well, you can leave the classroom down.
Yeah, it's okay to try.
Oh, it's okay to join. Okay. So can you send the sentences after the class on Viber down?
Yeah, I will send you file.
Okay, great. Yes, correct, Melody. So how about Megabam Yumi and me? Can you make sentences by using these words?
Yes, teacher.
You're typing, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so I'm waiting here. Yes, correct, Migaba. Okay, so let's continue then. So as we have finished number 4, we will have to move to number 5, right? For number 5 is a comprehension question. So write questions for these sentences. So instead of giving the answers as usual, we have to make questions based on these answers. So for example, the answer is she was 10, right? So the question is, how old was Jessica Ennis-Hill when she won to her first athletics event? So the answer is she was 10, like that, right? So for number 2, the answer is he said that she was one of the most talented young athletes he have ever seen. So you have to think of the appropriate question for that answer. So just like that, you have to read the answer and you have to construct the questions for each of the sentence, okay? And after that, we will discuss again. So have you finished number 5? Everyone? Okay, so we'll check then. So number 2, the answer is he said that she was one of the most talented young athletes he had ever seen. So what will the question be?
I think what he said about Jessica Ennis Hill.
What did he say about Jessica Ennis Hill? So who is he?
I don't know.
Her coach.
Our coach.
So it's better to use her coach, right, instead of he. So what did her coach say? We can simply ask like that, right? So he said that she was blah blah blah. So we can ask like that, right? So what did her coach say, right? Yes, correct. So how about number 3? The answer is quick reaction, excellent hand-eye coordination, and good powers of concentration. So what will the question be?
What skills do you need for table tennis?
What skills do we need for table tennis? Yes, correct, Julie. So is there any other different question for that answer?
What do we require to play table tennis?
Yes, correct, Wenhua. How about the others?
What does table tennis require?
Yes, correct, Megawa. How about the others?
What are the requirements to play table tennis?
Yes, we can also ask like that. And how about Melody to me?
I'm same with Julie.
Julie, same with Julie. Okay, so correct. Okay, so let's move to number 4. The answer is she was one of the best table tennis player in the world. So what will the question be?
What
Who is
kind?
Lisa Xiao?
Huh? What did you guys say? I didn't hear it clearly. Who is Li Xiaoxiao, right? Right?
Yes.
The answer is quite the question is quite simple. So who is Li Xiaoxiao, or he was Li Xiaoxiao? Yeah, who is Li Xiaoxiao? The present simple present is more appropriate. So who is Li Xiaoxiao, right? So she is one of the best table tennis player in the world. Correct. So the last one, she had dreamed of being an Olympic champion. So what will the question be?
What kind of dream she had?
What kind of dream she had? Yes, acceptable, correct. And how about the others?
What has she dreamed of?
Yes, what had she dreamt of? Yes, correct. How about the others? The same answer with them? Okay, correct. So while you get all the correct questions for number 5, guys. Okay, so let's move to discussion. What in groups and discuss these questions. The first one is that what are the qualities you need to be a top athlete? So either we have already discussed about that one, right? Strength, agility, perseverance, coordination, competitiveness, whatever, right? So mostly the answer will be like abstract nouns, right? So how about number 2? Which do you think is the most important of these? So what is the most important thing among all these qualities that we have discussed?
Determination.
Determination. Okay, so for Jolie, determination is the most important one. So how about the others? Either you have different idea.
For me, strength.
Strength. Okay, strength is the most important one for Melody. So how about the others?
Determination.
Determination, strong determination. Okay, how about the others? Wenwan, how do you think? Which one will be the most important one?
Agility.
Agility. Okay, so how about Megabadami?
Strength.
Strength. The same. Okay, so how about Alexander? How do you think? Which one is the most important quality?
The same with Wenhua.
The same with Wenwan. Okay. So you all share the different. Actually, they are really important, right? To be at the top. Yes. Okay. So 3. Are some qualities needed for some sports more than the other? Give examples. So for some of the sports, some of the like specific or certain quality is needed. For example, like for the footballs, we need like team spirit, right? Or for the Basketball. So everything that we have, we need to play with a team. We need team spirit first, right? So team spirit is really important for those that have to play with a team, right? So is there any other example that can you think of? Certain sports need certain qualities. Can you think of any example? No? Seriously? I don't think you guys know much about sports, right? Okay. So shall we skip that one? Because I already gave you guys as an example, right? Okay, the lights come on. So how about number 4? Think of a sportsman and sportswoman you admire. I think sports is just beyond your knowledge. I also want to skip number 4 because there you won't have any sportsman or sportswoman as you don't like sports, right? So I think it is better to skip that one. Okay. How about that? Okay, so I will skip now. Okay, so as we have finished about sports, we will move to hobbies. Okay, so for the hobby ones, you all have hobbies and we all have hobbies. All the human beings have hobbies, right? So what are your hobbies? So first, before talking about our hobbies, we'll discuss what is a hobby and why do people have hobbies? So how do you think of it? What is a hobby? What is hobby?
Hobby is we like to do something.
We like to do something mostly in our free time, right? So the activity that we do mostly in our free time. So that is hobby, right? So why do people have hobbies? So why do we have hobbies?
Because it's our leisure.
Yes, it's our leisure activity. Yes. And how about the others? How do you think? Why do human beings have hobbies? Can you think of any idea? No more answer?
If you
Okay, so what did you say?
it gives you a cool head.
Okay, yes, we can relax, right? Yes.
People have hobby because it help reduce the boredom.
Yes, it's reduce our boredom. Yes, correct. ဒီချက်ထမင်းများမစားရသေးလို့အတန်မထွက်ကြရလားလို့အဲ့ဒါထမင်းစားပြီးပြီလားလို့မေးရစားပြီးကြရလား lunch ပြီးသွားကြရလားပြီးသေးလား
Yes, teacher.
yes မပြီးသေးဘူးမပြီးသေး okay so you should have lunch before the class, no? So you have enough stress to answer my questions, right? Okay, so I will ask some of the questions that you don't need to think much. So I will start with Melody, okay? So Melody, tell me what is your hobby or what are your hobbies?
My hobby are listening to music, eating, and sleeping.
Eating and sleeping is not taken into account as a hobby. So listening to music, because everyone like eating and sleeping, right? Okay, so listening to music. So how about Megavatami? What are your hobbies?
Teacher, listening to music and watching movies.
Okay, great. Listening to music and watching movies. So how about Winwatami? What are your hobbies?
Reading and watching movies.
You said reading, right?
Yes.
So what kind of books do you like to read, Winwa?
Detective, sometimes romantic.
So you mean fiction ones, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, detective and romantic. Great. So how about Julie, Demi? What are your hobbies?
I love dancing and reading books.
Oh, really? You like dancing? So can you
Yes.
dance?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you dance in front of us right now?
Oh no. That's gonna be embarrassing.
So you said you like dancing. So what kind
Yes.
of what genre of sports that you like to dance or you like? There are so many types of dance, right?
Yes. Latin dances.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
that's kind of surprising. Latin dance. Okay. Okay. So how about Tamondami? What are your hobbies?
Reading and
Oh, reading.
playing piano.
Playing the piano, really?
Yes.
Can you play the piano well?
No, still learning.
Oh, you're still learning. Okay, great. That is a great hobby. Okay. Thank you, Tamon. So how about Alexander, our only one gentleman? What are your hobbies?
Like swimming and playing football.
Swimming and oh, you like playing football. So can you play well?
No, like playing with my brothers and cousin.
But you are quite interested in playing football like that, right?
Yeah.
So do you also like watching football games?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. Okay. So I think you guys share similar hobbies, right? Like reading or watching or whatever. Okay. So let's move to reading then. Read what these 12 and 30 years old say about their hobbies, and do any of them have the same hobby as you? So we'll find out, do they have the same hobby with us? Okay. So they're all together 1 up to 12. So there are 12 people talking about their hobbies. Okay. So read it, and after that we'll discuss this one. Do they have the same hobby with us? Okay.
Then may I go to the toilet?
Yes, you can. Okay. So have you finished reading their hobbies?
Yes.
Do you find someone who have the same hobby with you? You may find, right?
Yes.
Because there are like 12 different people. Okay, so let's look at the vocabulary here. So walk with a partner and make lists of hobbies in exercise 1 under the following heading. So we'll do it together, okay? So the hobby that are concerned with sports and martial arts. So which one will be related to sports and martial arts? Which ones?
Karate,
Karate, yes, karate. And
judo,
Judo.
judo,
Judo.
yes. What is that?
4.
4, right? Oh, yes. Karate and judo. So it's like 2 and 4 will be included for sports and martial arts, right? So this will be another heading of sports and martial art. So how about collecting things?
Coins.
Collecting things, it's
7 coins.
Collect pencil keys.
5,
yes, 5, right? 5 colored sweets and colored,
7.
7,
yes,
Seven.
7 colored coins and
11.
11.
11, okay, 11 colored in shells, colored in beads and jewelry, and colored in posters, right? Okay, that person like to collect a lot of things. And is there any other collecting things? That's it? That's it, right? Okay, so I'll change the color first. So how about music and performing?
1,
1.
1, right? Playing the drums. And
3,
3, playing the guitar and singing. And
12,
12, okay,
12.
12 is like acting and singing, yes, acting and singing. Is there any more?
that's good, I guess.
That's it, right? Okay, so how about art and other creative things?
6,
6, right?
yes.
This is like, what is his hobby? Making model planes, right? Making model planes will be art and creative activities. How about kicking the skate down in the street? That is another thing, right? Do you have that kind of strange hobby?
Yes,
Or see a stick in the street, just want to kick it, whatever it is, right?
and sometimes stepping on the dry leaf.
Ah, yes, and you like that song, cracking
Yeah.
sound. Ah, yes, I can feel that. That sounds crazy, but it's really satisfying, right? Whatever we heard that kind of voice as a sound, yes. And how and drawing, right?
Yes.
Drawing and
8,
how about, oh, okay, we forget
8.
to include this one, right? For collecting leaves and trees, right?
yeah.
Yes, so it's with a green color, right? Collecting leaves and trees. And what are we doing now?
8.
8, right?
8,
8. Like love gently, yes. That is another thing, right? He mates with like pencil sharpeners. And
10.
10,
10, writing, right? Yes,
Yes.
right. It's concerned with art, right? Writing. So writing short stories, stories. Yes. So is there any other things that we skip? Oh, trampolining, right? So we can put that for other things like that, right? Trampolining and kicking a stick down the street will be other things. Yes. And you understand all their hobbies, right? So is there any phrase or any words that you don't understand? Nothing, right? Okay. Let's continue. As we have finished number 2, we can move to number 3. Make a true sentence about the children interview in exercise 1 and their hobbies. So you have to match the phrases from column 1 and the phrases from this column. So all of them, third of them, a quarter of them, 2 of them, 1 of them, and none of them. And the phrases on the left are, on the right are colored things, colored stamps, do sports or do martial arts, enjoy arts, have at least one hobby, and making things. So the appropriate second phrase for number 1 is all of them. Which, yes, all of one, at least have only one hobby, right? So at least they have one hobby. Yes, correct. So how about number 2? A third of them. Third of them.
Collecting.
collect things. So most of them prefer to collect the things, different things, right? So yes, third of them collect things. How about a quarter of them?
Two sports.
Do sports. Anyone does sports, right? Quarter of them. Do sports and martial arts. So for this one, we have only two, right? Do sports and martial arts, like judo and karate, right? For one. So I think that one, so two of them do sports or martial arts. Am I right? So how about one of them?
Collect stamps.
One of them collect stamps or none of them collect stamps? They collect so many things, but none of them collect stamps, right? They just like to collect like leaves, trees, or like sweets, whatever, right? So how about a quarter of them?
Enjoy arts.
Enjoy arts, yes. They like to play guitar, they like singing, they like acting out, right? So one of them make planes, like making model planes, remember? Yes. So that will be the answer for number 3. So let's move to number 4. Write a web forum post about your hobby. Okay, so you also have to write about your hobby just like them. What are your hobbies and how long have you been doing them? So I want to give this one as a homework. Is that okay? Yes.
Is there any word count with that? Or
There
is this like
one-
2 lines?
There is no word count, but you can take this one as an example. So your answers can be like quite short or quite long. So it is up to you. So you just have to explain your hobby just like them for a forum. Got it? So next class, you have to read it out. Okay. Okay. So you have to share your hobby with them. Okay. So I think we have to meet again on Friday, right? So we will do it on Friday. So you have to read it out at your like post. Okay. So that is kind of homework for you. Actually, if you write it out, you will take only like 5 minutes, right? So yeah, it is quite simple. So let's move to speaking discussion. For speaking, what will the partner ask and answer these questions? Does anyone in exercise 1 say anything that you find funny? So do you find any funny hobbies here? Is there any funny hobby for you?
6.
6.
6. You mean like, I kick a stick down the street, whatever I see one, right? So that is
Yes,
quite funny, but we all do it. We all do, right? Still, it is funny, right? Okay, so how about the second one? Which of these hobbies mentioned in exercise 1 do you find unusual? So is there any unusual hobby for you among these hobbies? Which is quite strange for us.
I think number 10.
Number 10. Okay, number 10 is like writing, really? Yes, so you can find that it's kind of quite unusual hobby because writing is kind of like difficult and we have to give more time. So I think that is quite advanced for a hobby, right? Because you have to imagine things and you have to write, right? It's kind of an advanced hobby, right? So is there anything that you find unusual?
5.
5.
5?
Yes.
I think collecting sweets, right? Why it is unusual for you collecting sweets? Did he collect the sweets when you were young?
No.
No.
Okay, really? So I think when the package is really beautiful, some of the people collect them just because of the package. So some people, yes, I think some people do it, right, as a hobby. But That is quite strange for you, right? So is there any other thing that is quite strange for you?
Make model planes.
Making model planes. Okay, making model planes. Okay, that would be quite strange for you, right, Mama? But because it is kind of like difficult, right? Model
Yes,
planes.
teacher.
Yes.
I thought you were asking about usual hobby. I didn't notice unusual thing.
Oh, we are talking about unusual hobby, which is quite
Yeah.
strange. for us. Yes. So do you find any unusual for you, Mallory?
Number 6, teacher.
Number 6. Yes, kid a stick down on the street, whatever I see one, right? Yes. Okay, that is quite strange. Okay, so let's move to 3. Which of these hobby and exercise one did you do when you were younger? It means that you didn't do it anymore right now, but you used to do it when you were young. So is there any hobby like that? You used to do it in when you were younger.
12.
12. Is that singing or acting?
Sometimes maybe singing on
Sometimes.
a chair. Like my
Oh.
audience are my twice.
Great. So you didn't do it anymore, right?
No.
No, okay. So you used to sing in front of your twins. Okay, that used to be your hobby. So how about the other? Is there any old hobby for you right here?
6.
6. You mean kick the
No.
stick or
The
making
model
model planes?
play.
Ah, so you used to make model planes when you were young, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you didn't do it anymore right now
Not anymore.
because it is quite boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how about the others?
For me, number 9.
Number 9.
Yeah. I really like to draw, but when I saw the result, the picture is really bad.
So you just give up, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So how about the others? Is there any old hobby for you? That's it. Okay, so let's move to the last one. Which of the hobbies in exercise 1 you would like to do in so it's about in the future. So is there anything that you like to try in the future? Is there
Number
anything?
4.
Number 4. 4 is judo. You want to try judo, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we should know some kind of martial art, right? Especially for the girls these days, because it's not that safe, right? Out there. Yes.
Pepper spray won't save you anymore.
Yes. And how about the others? Is there any hobby that you want to try in the future?
10.
10.
Yes.
10. Oh, writing, really? Okay, great. So when you start doing this hobby, let me know, okay? Because I will be your audience, okay? I will read it. Okay. So how about the other? Is there any hobby that you want to try?
Yeah, number 3.
Number 3.
I want to play the guitar.
You want to play the guitar, right? Okay, so you have time, so you should learn, right? If you like it. Okay. So how about the others? I think that's it, right? Okay, so I'm gonna stop right here for today. So is there any question for today's lessons?
No, teacher.
No.
Okay, so I forgot to explain this grammar points and I will explain it on Friday. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll see you on Friday with the homework. Okay, we have to give a short presentation about your hobby. Okay, Wenwan, you can leave. So bye-bye. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye, teacher. Love you, teacher.
Bye.
Bye-bye.